A month ago, as you well know, I got jumped. As you can see in the description. And these are my thoughts about, the so-called family members of mine. First off, I want to start off by saying, one of the last things one of my uncles ever told me is that he didn't like bullies. Right? He didn't like bullies, but he used to be one. Kind of still is, depending on the situation and where his attitude may be. What gets me is the standoffish vibe I got from family members because, once they heard of my news of me, getting jumped, trying to be out just playing a game of ping pong, and I couldn't even do that. I don't have friends like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have friends like that. I'm not even on social media like that. And so when I'm just trying to be out, simply enjoy a game of ping pong, because it's not every day I can actually just, go out and play ping pong with just random, local strangers, that are also supposed to be out to have a good time, and play a game of ping pong, get a little workout in the sweat, The response I got from some of the so-called family members was, call if you need anything, like I'm a sick child. Who needs nothing more than a hot bowl of soup. They shooting out text. They shooting out text, only sad faces and emoji hearts, but that's it. I can't stand it. And other than that, most of them, the rest of them, they nosy. All right, well, here's the little inside scoop for those that are listening. I am honestly disgusted. I'm not just angry. I'm disgusted with what this so-called family is. It's dishonorable. There's no loyalty. There's no ride or die up in this family no more. It ain't been that way since God rest in peace, Aunt Jackie died. It just ain't really been the same. You know what I'm saying? And all I've been getting from y'all is this standoffish vibe, and I never could really pinpoint why I wasn't always consistent with calling the so-called few family members that wanted me to call and talk to them and whatnot. And now, here's not just a so-called, from an unbiased perspective, not just a so-called an excuse. Here's one hell of a damn reason. Y'all standoffish. The family is standoffish. Y'all send me a text like, call if you need anything, like it's a fucking get well card that through a damn text. Are you kidding me? Not one of y'all fucking make a phone call like that. I got fucking strangers making a phone call to me and mine as opposed to real family. And the ones that do call are just really calling to be nosy. And I can tell that from a mile away. But that's okay. Y'all got this video right now. So, here's the analyzation I get off of that. Because I know I'm not the only one going through this. I've been hearing since 2020, since this whole COVID pandemic been bursting out. While I was up in Job Corps pushing food boxes. And just happened to make it on a news article. Just happened. By mere chance. I'm hearing left and right how family members are literally going through it. How people are having to say goodbye to, childhood friends. Their first friend, some cases crushes, and knowing that, probably thousands of people are actually going through this, it's like, God damn, what's going on? I'll tell you one of the things that's going on. Honestly, this is the end result, the end game result of when lack of loyalty gets exposed. Everyone wants to paint themselves out like, they've got loyalty, they've got heart. It's no different than a person trying to hide behind the Bible. They say, a lot of religions are false religions. First of all, there's two things that makes a false religion a false religion. First of all, it's the way how it was set up, or the fact that it was even set up at all. Second of all, it's the fact that you get too many defectors up in them fake religions. If anything, that just adds insult to injury. It's not just the fact that you set up a religion that makes it fake. It's the fact that how many people supposedly believe in God, but choose to do fuck shit, then turn around hide behind the Bible. That really just adds insult to injury to that so-called fake religion. And at the end of the day, it doesn't just insult the religion, it insults them, because they have to deal with that. Their actions were their own. They did that while being or claiming to be religious. And it is no different with my so-called family, my so-called blood relatives. That's why I'm utterly disgusted. Everyone wants to paint themselves off like they have loyalty and they ride or die. They ain't ride or die with shit. And I highly doubt it's the case when it comes down to my family members. They ain't ride or die like that. Not like that. It's not the same. It's not the same. Not since rest in peace, Aunt Jackie died. It's just not the same. That was a family G. That was a ride or die right there. She gets my utmost respect for that. Other than that, probably Uncle Anderson. Other than that, it ain't the same no more. And if there's no loyalty among family, how you gonna fucking have loyalty to religion? How you gonna have loyalty to business? Huh? And that's why we all shake our heads whenever we see on these damn TikToks about chicks trying to make themselves like they the alpha females and shit. Like they fucking Letty up in Fast and Furious. You ain't no alpha chick. You ain't no alpha bitch. If you have no fucking loyalty to family, hell, to yourself, your self-respect through form of appearance, and those that care for you, and you supposed to care for them, you damn sure ain't no fucking alpha. You just another fake up. And that's just chicks. It's no different than this so-called family of mine. There's no loyalty. There's no authenticity. Only vibes I get is this standoffish bullshit. And nosy motherfuckers. That pisses me off. That pisses me fucking off. And then they give shitty advice at times. Or they want to act all distant. That's why I don't want to really have nothing to do with family like that. Like when it comes down to the youth, yeah, give them a chance. I hold out a little bit of hope for them to make a damn difference. But not too much, because when you're growing up in a shitty ass environment around shitty ass people that's supposed to be fucking parents, sometimes you tend to repeat the fucking cycle. And I'm just I hold some hope out, but I don't hold too much out, because the saying goes, don't hope too much in this world, because hope is for suckers. Me personally, I like to hold out a bit of optimism, but not too much of it, because I don't want to become a ripe picking for disappointment. See? And that's one of the major reasons why I'm not disappointed with family. I am disgusted. So for those who are nosy and, kind of trying to find out, my feedback, how do I feel? What are my thoughts on, me getting jumped and, how I'm processing all this? This is what I'm processing. I've got nothing for you. I've got nothing for you at this point. Other than this video right here, I've got nothing for you. I've got no damn love. I've got no damn sympathy. I've got nothing for you. I'm empty. I have run dry. I've lost my damn faith in humanity. I tried. Another big ass problem in this world is people don't know when to discern when to give a fuck and when not to give a fuck. You can't just be throwing up fingers like fucking mumble rappers and say, "Oh, I don't give a fuck" and shit, I don't give a fuck. No. You need to get your ass up and try. Try to give a fuck. Actually genuinely try. Try being a fucking human being. Do that shit. Try giving a damn fuck. When the world shits on you in the worst way possible, as a so-called grown-ass man or woman that you never would have thought possible, then you can say you don't give a fuck. And here's why. Too many wanna be fucking fake, slim shady ass motherfuckers these days, bro. It's like it kind of makes me think a little bit of, Eminem's just don't give a fuck, and then Tupac's don't give a fuck. Eminem's just don't give a fuck is kind of like horrific. I just don't give a fuck. This is what I don't give a fuck about. He kind of ties it into his life story a little bit on why he wouldn't give a fuck. Whereas Tupac, he hits it in a way that's general, in a way that not just you, but everyone can relate. Eminem does that too, but it's in a way that even from an unbiased perspective, everyone can relate. Unbiased. Whereas Eminem, people get touchy. To this day, people would still get touchy over his song. Tupac, it's still genuine. Not saying there weren't people that wouldn't get touchy over that too, but it's like, how can you get touchy over a legend? How can you, especially a legend that passed away too soon? How? You can't. You practically have no say to get touchy, practically, over a legend like that. Tupac explains in the general public from a point of view, a community environment point of view, through his song on the fact that they just don't give a fuck. And now I don't give a fuck. And this is why I don't give a fuck, because they don't give a fuck. And the main lesson is that people need to learn when to discern, when to give a fuck, and when not to. Especially when it comes down to family. So I take the advice and I watch people. And I watched y'all. I watched y'all through fucking social media. Strangers and so-called family alike. I watched y'all reactions after this whole getting jumped shit. I watched people. There was at least 2 or 3 people that called to see how I was doing. There wasn't not one of y'all up in the family member that actually called to see how I was doing. Not fucking one of y'all. And y'all wonder why, and here I was sitting up here wondering why I never called. Never called this so-called my great grandmother or my aunt. And I wondered why. I never could really put my fucking finger on it. Now I fucking know why. It's because family is so fucking standoffish. And when it comes down to my great grandma, it's like I didn't fully process it, but now that I think about it, like she's done her share of some fucked up shit too. And that's pretty fucked up to say, because that's supposed to be your elder. That's supposed to be your great grandma, you know what I'm saying? That, like, what the fuck? And when it comes down to all these gossiping and shit, you know, people, you know, she can be nosy. And as for my aunt, like, she knows which aunt I'm talking about. She knows who she is. She can be pretty standoffish, and also be a bit of part of gossiping. So it's like, bro, what the fuck? So it's gotten to the point like I've got nothing at this point. The seal of the deal is not the fact that I got jumped that makes me stop believing in humanity. It's the fucking reaction. Cause if the fucking roles were reversed, shit, say less. Say less. I'm picking up the motherfucking phone call. I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling. Alright? But the fact that I was the one who got jumped. Plus, it don't help that I'm also the son of the I'm the son of the black sheep. Which in turn makes me a black sheep. You know what I'm saying? And the gossiping that ensues on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's why I say I got nothing. Can you really fucking blame me for literally saying I've got nothing for family at this point? Because all I've been getting is standoffish vibes. So that's my take on it. That's it. That's it. I'm done. And I really don't want to contact so-called family after this shit. After this shindig. I've got nothing for y'all. Y'all damn sure didn't have nothing for me. Because this shit, like, it's standoffish. It's standoffish vibes. Like, you're neutral, but there's no... You're not against, but you're not with either. And we supposed to be family. Like, that just puts a bitter taste in your head. That just puts a bitter feeling in your head. That puts a bitter taste in my mouth. That puts a dark thought in my head. That puts a cringe feeling on my heart. I don't like cringe. I don't like cringe shit. Alright? Especially when it reflects on you as a person and your identity. You know, what I got going on for here is called, you know, what I call the trials among men. The trials of man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that gets to the point where you literally have to analyze and reflect. Who is really family and who ain't? And that's what this is right here. So, you know, that's my take up on it. Honestly would say, you know, real true family is underrated, and it is not appreciated. And it's just, you know, it's where this shit stands nowadays, it's ass. So I say fuck this shit. Fuck this so-called fucking family. It's this standoffish vibe that I'm getting from so-called family. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I done lost my damn faith with humanity. I don't believe in men. I don't believe in women. You know, there can be there can be good people out there, but the problem is, how and why are they good? Is it moral obligation? You can be a good person but still be bitter at heart. You know what I'm saying? So there's that too. I'm not saying I don't believe that there ain't any good hearts out there. I can't be the only one up in this world. There's only one other person I know that has a good heart with me. You know what I'm saying? I can't be the only one. We can't be the only ones. I know there are those out there. It's just, it sucks. It sucks that, it ain't the same to have people who have hearts of gold anymore. It sucks. And you can actually share gold with one another. You gotta guard the fucking shit all the damn time. You have to be a fucking Maleficent. You have to be a fucking beast. And in the most messed up way possible. I never would have thought it would culminate in a way where I had to literally... It's stupid. It's just stupid fucked up. But yeah, I'm utterly disgusted with all this. I'm disgusted. So, with that being said, I'm pretty much just how I'm feeling about, getting jumped and everything. It just makes me want to focus on myself even more now. Focus on any, trauma or damage that may have been done to me. And makes me focus on becoming even a bit of a better person. Because me putting out this video, there was a lot of thought that went into this. I didn't just do this shit out of impulse. I did this shit out of careful consideration and careful thinking. So that's more than my 2 cents. That's, as far as I see it, my whole 9 yards about this so-called family bloodline of mine and how it is with others and the social engineering that goes on that could really fuck us all up. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you for listening. If you stay and listen this far, and have a good evening. Thank you.